Alright, well this is what a wheel seal is not supposed to look like. That blew out on us last night. If you see the end of the wheel, the back of the wheel. So, I gotta do this. I gotta go make a trip out later, and she has nothing to drive, so I'm gonna fix this quick. Got the parts sitting up there. Use this bolt, kind of screwed it into the drum, pull it out. We'll probably at some point throw some rear pads on this thing, but today we just need to get it moving. Out with the old, blown out piece of shit, and in with the new. So, throw that drum back on, and she's good to go. I'm gonna put the company name on the side, but is it slander to tell somebody that, on camera to pay their bills or you'll repo their truck? Goodness, they really left this thing in shit condition. Brake lights, water and fuel, ABS light, check engine light, traction control light, coolant low light. Holy shit. I didn't even see the broken windshield, but yeah, it's got a broken windshield too. These were nice trucks till they got hogged, like steering wheels, and I'm not gonna mention any names because you guys already know. Can confirm, exhaust brake does not work either. Nothing in this truck works except what's on the dash. And even, I mean, the depth gauge is 0, so I mean, there's that. You can see all the pens that were put up there. Y'all thought I was dirty. This thing is filthy. You know, and also say, with every warning light on in the dash, my truck, I never let it get that bad. Goodness gracious. The worst I get is like a check engine light comes on every now and again. But it's like, it's all that stuff's on order, but even still, it's like, man, I've never seen a truck with every single warning light on in the dash. Like, there's so many warning lights that it ran out of room to put warning lights, and it just now has to switch back and forth between water and fuel and coolant low. All right, let's get my truck off the back. It's kind of nice because I still know how to use the thing. Wait, whoops. There we go. All right. There we go. For those wondering, been waiting on parts all week, so here she is. New wheel bearings, new brakes, new ball joints. Everything in the front end's getting replaced, so everything, Moog parts, lower. Did the same thing on the other side. Preston wheel bearings. I'm glad, yeah, I just didn't have the time to do any of this stuff. U-joints were good. We got brakes here. Wait to tighten them up until we get the bars on. But yeah, there she is. I just didn't have time to really work on it, so I do have wheels and tires getting mounted and balanced today, so we're gonna be getting those thrown out, and then we're gonna be driving this home tomorrow. So, getting it ready for him. Then hopefully we can do a G56 swap on this at some point. Just waiting on that. Guess we can really get underneath this thing now, huh? Camera stopped recording, but yeah, everything's good here. I do need to get the fuel tank strapped for him a while, but no slop in any U-joints, 4-inch exhaust. Looks pretty good. Minus big dent here, we'll probably try to get that out. I gotta get this out for him at some point. All right, so you guys can see truck's in there. We were just waiting on parts for a long time. And I tell you guys, when I don't have time to do something, I kind of like rushed it and gave it to them to have them do it because like I said, I don't have the time. The parts were on hold and all that. So let someone do it and align it all in the same shop. We're gonna drive it home tomorrow. And we'll go from there. So you guys will see some second gen content here in a little bit. Probably next couple videos, but we're gonna get this thing worked on today. I got this. You can see I put a nub on the end. We're gonna be replacing all of that and any of the coolant lines that we're gonna be deleting the heat exchanger. We're gonna delete the coolant side today, and then we'll do the transmission side once my lines come in. All right, so what we're gonna be doing today on this guy here, we're gonna be getting rid of the heat exchanger, at least the coolant side for today. So you guys know there's one port on the back of the side of the block, comes out, goes into the heat exchanger then comes up through, and then goes back to that piece right there. So we're gonna be replacing that entire piece as well. So I need to get this coolant drained. There we go. So we'll get the coolant drained. I got 2 gallons of coolant. We have the new piece, and then I got some, I'll show you guys what we're kind of working on with. You guys will see this line here goes to the heat exchanger, so we're going to be blocking that off. And then there's one on the other side of the block. Say this sits like this into the exhaust manifold right here. And then here's the block, and then there's a plug that comes out. We're also going to block one of them as well. So we did go and grab a bunch of these, which, if this works and all that, I just needed to get the size and everything. I will order heavier duty ones online, so they're not so bad. And then we got some of these guys for the transmission switch, because I did also go and grab, if I could figure out where half this stuff is. Oh, I hit set it in here. Transmission harness. So we got that. So we're going to be able to repair the transmission harness as well. All right, here's the old one compared to the new one. Amazon said this will not fit an 06 Dodge. Needless to say, it will. So I'm going to get a clamp put on that. We can pop it right back into place down there. That'll take care of this side. Then we just need to go block off the other side. And reasons you want to get rid of this heat exchanger, they're absolutely garbage. If you are in any colder climates, you know, you might need something. But if it's above 20 degrees, you really don't need to worry about it. If you're somewhere like below 20 degrees and you need to make sure your transmission gets up to temperature, Full Send Diesel actually makes a transmission pan. It's like $750, but it allows coolant to run through it, and you never have to worry about it going through your transmission and killing your transmission. Because at the end of the day, once you've had a heat exchanger fail and it send fluid through your transmission, you're going to end up blocking it off anyway. So you might as well just do it beforehand. And in many people's experience, including my own, it really just heats the transmission up. It does not actually drop the temperatures. If you're getting your transmission up to 220, you need to start looking at replacing this cooler right here. It's in here. Mine's going to get replaced here shortly, not too long. But I definitely want to at least tackle this side first. I don't know if you guys will be able to see down in there, but in all of that mess and wiring and all that bullshit, there is I'll just show it to you when I pull it off, but there's a plug in there that, you know, we're going to throw one in there. A line comes out of the side, boom. So probably take you about 45 minutes to an hour to do this. It's not really super crazy if you know what you're doing. But yeah, let's get this thrown on. Our nice China part. Good on you. But this one was rusty. I could have reused this, but at the end of the day, I was like, I really don't want to, and I prefer to be able to use the factory stuff. So all right, this one was not so easy, and really didn't have to get rid of it. Could have just left it in there and just ignored it, but I'm not going to do that. So I cut both sides. That's the hose that goes behind the engine. It sits in there just like this. You can see that bolts to the block. So that's 2 down, 1 more to go. All right, we got it in. I just need to put a nut right there, and then all good. No more line going around the block. Now I can see where people are gonna say, oh, well, you need that coolant flow going from one side to the other, this and that. Here's the thing, you don't, because the manual transmission trucks do not come with it at all. If anything, and you're worried about it, do a coolant bypass, but you're not really going to have to worry about it, because like I said, the manual trucks don't come with this at all. Once I figure out what the part number is for that back there, I'll probably end up replacing the plug with an actual fitting, but in the meantime, we're just going to send it like this. If the motor ever needs rebuilt and I have to pull it out for some reason, we'll definitely eliminate it, or just buy an engine from from a manual truck. But yeah, so I am going to leave I'll show you guys here. I can't really get everything out today So obviously we're leaving the heat exchanger in there for now until my new lines come in, and then we can get rid of it 100%, but this is just the coolant side. So there is still a line in there that I can't do anything about, but I probably could if I could reach back there. But I'm gonna wait until we take the heat exchanger out to deal with that. But in the meantime, we're gonna get this all taken care of, and slowly I've been pressure washing this engine bay. So slowly, steadily, we're cleaning it off. But I'm gonna get a plug on there, and then we're good on this side. We can fill the coolant back up. All right, we got, I don't know if you guys will be able to see down in there. Right there. Let's see. That guy right there. So I got a spring clamp on it. Hopefully that does its job and holds well. I'm going to get the coolant filled up now. Let it run for a little bit. Hopefully no leaks. So we're getting dropped all the fluid in there. Nice fluid, you know. So I do feel like the fluid was low prior, but it's fine. We're going to slowly start throwing things in it. And like I said before, we're slowly starting and buttoning this thing up. It doesn't deserve all the money in the world. I did kind of get to start thinking about, should I just run a stock cooler if I didn't want to spend the money? I understand it's like 850 bucks for the Mishimoto, but like I thought about running just getting another stock cooler, because the lines that I ordered are from Full Send, and they make them either for the stock cooler or they make them for a Mishimoto cooler. So it's the same thing, just different ends type deal. So I'm trying to figure out which ones I want to order, but this truck is going to be towing less and less weight than it used to. I would love a Mishimoto cooler, but I don't know if it's justified. Like a stock cooler is about 90 bucks. And then the thermostat delete up here. So it's like 100 bucks, 120 bucks versus the Mishimoto cooler, which is 500. And then there's also Full Send Diesel's kit, which is like 650 bucks. It puts two big coolers up there. So I really don't know what I want to run. Apparently these systems do very well once you delete the heat exchanger. And we could also add an auxiliary cooler at some point, but I kind of didn't want to do that. So I don't know. Let me know what your guys' opinions are on it. But like I said, we're slowly and surely getting away on this thing. We're going to start cleaning stuff up. We might start throwing some paint on things here and there. Understand it's still a work truck. It's still gonna... All right, so like I was saying, it is a work truck at the end of the day. Obviously, I do want to, you know, clean it up a little bit, make it look nice over time, kind of use this as like the truck that showcases the shop more or less. So, I mean, you can see that we do things decently nice, the things that matter that we're going to keep permanent. So I mean, like wiring is all loomed. You guys saw the video that I did the other day with the customer truck. So everything gets, you know, taken care of nice. I don't like a clusterfuck like the last truck. That truck was all for show, just to kind of get the content. Now that we have the viewers and all this and that, now we're starting and we're going to get in a shop and all that. This is where like the nice, everything on this thing is going to be, let's say, done correctly. So that's just where I'm leaving it at that. Get that coolant temp up. Yeah, she definitely needs injectors still, but at least it builds 23,000 PSI like it's supposed to. I did go and put the bolt back in, so nice new shit. I like new parts, especially when it doesn't cost much, but that piece was like 80 bucks. I got it on Amazon for 50. I'm gonna check the coolant temp. Still at 134. It'll warm up all the way. I'm gonna bump it up. Transmission temp should not get much warmer. Alright, we've had her warmed up several times now. Thermostat has opened numerous times. So, ended up using my trusty thing here. Was able to block off whatever was left. Take the rest of my coolant out without making much of a mess. But, while there's pressure in the system, that's where you're going to get most of your pressures when you shut the thing off. I don't see any leaks on this side. And I don't see any leaks on this side. So that is a permanent repair done on the coolant side. We've officially gotten rid of the heat exchanger. So next, we're probably going to start tackling the transmission. So I got the wire harness for that, but that's probably going to be the next video. Guys, take into consideration all these little things here. Every truck needs maintenance, all right? And it's an older truck. But this truck is not taking near as much time as my last truck was taking, I'll tell you that. So, like, I probably have maybe 3 hours, maybe 4 hours into this thing a week. So, it's certainly not... I understand if I can make a full video out of it, if a video is 15 to 20 minutes long, you know, expect maybe an hour, 2 hours on it. But like I said, we got some time on it. We're going to keep fixing it. It's still a work truck. It still needs to make money. But 100%, this truck, I will say, even though it has its little problems, definitely beats going out and spending $50,000 on a truck. Because I'm going to daily drive the truck anyway. I'm going to beat the shit out of it. I'm going to do all this and that. So at some point, we are going to start experimenting again with waste oil in this truck. But that's not until we get the new shop. And that's also not until we get a good centrifuge made, and we're going to do 50-50 as opposed to doing it 100% like we did on the 12 valve. And we're going to see how it does. But I want to make sure it is as clean as physically possible. So if we get like 275 gallons in, you know, let the bottom layer settle, let it settle for a long time out in the sun, and then we'll just take off the top, centrifuge it down to 2 microns from 100 microns. We're going to try it out. We'll see what happens. We'll do the experiment on it. But hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want some killer fuel savings, go check out Mudflap. Link in the description. If you need to get a hold of me, Steve at cpstevemiller.com. I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Later.